The moment you think a coin is just a simple piece of metal, imagine discovering it's actually a ticket to a fortune you never even dreamed existed. Today, we're diving into a coin that has flipped the world of collectors upside down, the elusive 1964 No. Jefferson nickel error. If you've ever held a nickel in your hand and thought, this is just spare change, think again. Because this tiny coin, invisible to the casual eye, is currently valued at an astonishing $978,000 in today's market. Yes, nearly $1 million for something that most of us have been ignoring for decades. You might be wondering, how can a nickel, of all things, be worth so much? Well, that's where the story gets thrilling. The 1964 No. Jefferson nickel isn't just rare, it's a perfect storm of history, human error, and sheer luck. During production, a minting mishap led to coins being struck in a way that collectors today can't stop chasing. Every detail, from the mint mark to the tiniest imperfection, becomes a signature of rarity. And in the world of high-end coin collecting, rarity translates directly to value. Imagine sitting at your kitchen table and realizing that the pocket change you just found in your old coin jar could fund your next dream vacation, or maybe even change your life entirely. But let's pause for a moment and reset. Have you ever laughed at the idea of finding treasure in your pocket? Well, get ready to stop laughing. Because people all over the country are quietly cashing in on coins like this one. From New York to California, whispers of the 1964 No. Jefferson nickel have created a frenzy among collectors. Some are even willing to pay more than a house for the right specimen. Yes, I said a house. That's the reality. And here's the kicker: every day that passes, the supply shrinks. Coins like this don't just sit in drawers forever. They are scooped up, secured, and cherished. And if you happen to stumble upon one, hesitation could cost you the chance of a lifetime. Now, let's explore the coin itself, because this is where the excitement turns into obsession. The No. Jefferson nickel is distinct. Its error, rare and unrepeatable, gives it an unmistakable identity. Collectors can spot it instantly, and once they do, there's no turning back. It's like holding a piece of history in your hand, tangible proof of a moment when chance and human oversight collided to create something extraordinary. Imagine telling your grandchildren one day, "This coin? It changed everything for me." That's not fantasy, that's reality for those who understand the market. Here's a little secret the mainstream rarely talks about: while most coins circulate unnoticed, the right coin at the right time can unlock doors to unimaginable wealth. Picture this: someone just like you, opening an old box, and there it is, gleaming in the light. Heart racing. Palms sweating. The realization hits: this isn't just a coin. This is nearly $1 million sitting quietly in your hand. And the truth is, the demand is relentless. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts all over the US are hunting for it. This coin doesn't just sit on shelves, it's actively sought after. And every moment you wait, another potential opportunity slips away. Before we continue, let's lighten the mood for a second. Imagine explaining to a friend, "I just found a coin worth more than my car." And they look at you like you're joking. Well, that's exactly the kind of disbelief you feel when you first encounter the 1964 No. Jefferson nickel. It's humorous in theory, but life-changing in reality. That shock, that disbelief, is exactly what fuels the frenzy around these coins. It's the human story behind the metal, the greed, the excitement, the fear of missing out that drives prices higher and higher. As we move toward the heart of the story, it's impossible not to feel a sense of urgency. Coins like this don't wait for anyone. Each year, the market evolves. Prices climb. Auctions explode. And if you're holding a coin like this, or even suspecting that you might have one tucked away somewhere, time is not on your side. The 1964 No. Jefferson nickel isn't just an artifact, it's a currency of opportunity, a symbol of how a single lucky find can rewrite your financial story. So, what does all this mean for you? It means awareness is power. It means that the coins you've been ignoring could be priceless. It means that history has a way of rewarding those who notice the small things that others overlook. And it means that while the market is competitive, it's also incredibly rewarding for those who act decisively. Remember, every collector started with a spark of curiosity, an accidental find, a second look, a hunch. That spark could be your gateway to extraordinary wealth. As we close today, imagine the thrill of holding the 1964 No. Jefferson nickel in your hand. Imagine the excitement of realizing that what once seemed like spare change could now be your ticket to financial freedom. The demand is unprecedented, the market is booming, and the opportunity is real. And while humor can reset our attention, the reality is serious. This coin represents nearly $1 million of potential, a tangible connection to history, and a story you could be a part of. The question now isn't if you want to find a treasure, it's whether you'll recognize it when it's in front of you. Because the 1964 NO Jefferson nickel doesn't wait for the hesitant. It waits for the perceptive, the bold, the ones ready to seize opportunity. Could this be the coin that changes everything for you? Only one way to find out. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something you might have tossed into a jar years ago, only to discover it could be worth nearly $1 million today. Yes, you heard that right. This is the story of the 1987 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that has quietly become one of the most coveted treasures among collectors and investors alike. But here's the kicker: most people walk past this fortune without ever realizing it's in their possession. Could your spare change be hiding a life-changing secret? The 1987 D. Jefferson nickel isn't just any nickel. On the surface, it looks ordinary, but subtle errors in its minting have created a rarity that collectors are frantically hunting for. And let's be honest, there's nothing quite like the thrill of discovering hidden wealth where you least expect it. Just think, a coin worth $966,000 could be sitting under your couch cushions, in an old wallet, or tucked away in a dusty collection. Feeling a little anxious yet? That's the excitement kicking in now. What makes this nickel so extraordinary? Unlike most coins that follow a flawless minting process, the 1987 D. Jefferson nickel has unique errors that are rare, distinctive, and highly desirable. Its value isn't just about metal or age, it's about scarcity, demand, and the thrill of owning something others desperately want. And here's a little secret: collectors are willing to pay staggering amounts for just one perfect specimen. Pause for a second and imagine walking into an auction room where everyone is quietly eyeing each other, tension thick in the air. You place your coin on the table and suddenly, the room goes silent. That ordinary nickel transforms into a symbol of opportunity, wealth, and status. If you've ever dreamed of securing a fortune from something that seemed insignificant, this is exactly what we're talking about. And don't worry, I know what you're thinking. Could it really be that simple? Well, yes, and no. Finding this coin isn't about luck alone, it's about awareness. Many people overlook these treasures because they don't recognize the potential hiding in plain sight. That's why today, more than ever, being informed is your greatest advantage. Here's the reality: the 1987 D. Jefferson nickel is in high demand. Collectors, investors, and even museums are competing fiercely to get their hands on one. And with a current market value of $966,000, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is more than a coin, it's a tangible piece of financial freedom, an emblem of rare opportunity that can change lives overnight. But here's the twist: the clock is ticking. With every passing moment, more collectors are scouring estates, old collections, and even pocket change for these rare nickels. The excitement is palpable, the tension real. Will you be the one who discovers this hidden treasure, or will someone else claim the prize that could have been yours? Think about it. Right now, while you're watching this video, a coin that could secure your financial legacy might be lying unnoticed somewhere in your home. Isn't that a thrilling, almost frightening thought? And here's a little humorous pattern interrupt to reset your attention: if you find a nickel under the couch, check twice, it might just be a $966,000 nickel. This isn't just about money. It's about awakening to opportunity, stepping into the world of collectors who know the power of rare coins, and embracing the thrill of uncovering something extraordinary from the ordinary. The 1987 D. Jefferson nickel is calling. Will you answer? So, here's the takeaway: never underestimate what's in your possession. If you have old coins, especially Jefferson nickels from the 1980s, take a closer look. Consult experts, get them graded, and explore their true potential. Because in a world where fortune favors the informed, your awareness today could translate into unimaginable wealth tomorrow. The 1987 D. Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin, it's a gateway to opportunity, excitement, and legacy. Don't let it slip through your fingers. The time to act is now. After all, ordinary people overlook treasures, but the wise? They find them, seize them, and turn them into stories worth telling, and millions worth holding. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, so ordinary that most people wouldn't give it a second glance. A coin minted in 1974, yes, a Jefferson nickel sitting quietly in someone's drawer for decades. Now, imagine discovering that this unassuming coin isn't just a coin at all, but a ticket to nearly $1 million. Sound unbelievable? That's exactly what makes the 1974 NO Jefferson nickel one of the most electrifying and sought-after coin errors in U.S. history. And right now, in today's market, this rare marvel commands an astonishing $965,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single nickel. Before you think this is just another collector's fantasy, let me take you on a journey where ordinary coins become extraordinary, where hidden treasures lie in plain sight, and where your attention could translate into life-changing opportunity. The story begins in the mid-1970s when the U.S. Mint was producing millions of nickels. Among them, a few misprints slipped through the cracks, unnoticed by even the most meticulous inspectors. The 1974 NO Jefferson nickel error occurred when the minting process failed to properly imprint the Liberty or sometimes even parts of the date or Jefferson's profile, resulting in a coin that defied the normal. Imagine the disbelief on the collector's face who first realized, this isn't just a nickel. This is a rarity no one else has. Now, let's talk numbers, and this is where excitement turns into urgency. With only a handful known to exist, demand for this nickel is unprecedented. Serious collectors and investors are not just interested, they are desperate. They know that owning a 1974 NO Jefferson nickel isn't merely about collection, it's about possession of a finite, irreplaceable piece of history. Picture the auctions, the fierce bidding, the adrenaline as wallets open to claim this elusive treasure. And here's a little secret: many people overlook coins sitting in jars, drawers, and old collections. That jar in your grandmother's kitchen or that dusty coin album might just hold the key to a near $1 million surprise. Yes, you heard me right. The potential for life-altering discovery is real, but only if you act before someone else snatches it from the market. So, why is the 1974 NO Jefferson nickel worth $965,000 today? Because it embodies rarity, history, and demand all in a single small coin. The market doesn't just value the metal, it values the story, the scarcity, the thrill of owning something that few have ever seen. And here's the kicker: as time goes on, more of these coins are being discovered, but never enough to meet the hunger of the market. Scarcity drives value, and value drives urgency. Now, let's pause for a moment. Imagine your hand hovering over a coin that could change your life. The fear of missing out is real, and it should be. Because every moment you wait, someone else could be seizing the opportunity that belongs to you. And if you've ever dreamed of entering the world of rare coin collecting or selling, now is the time to act with confidence, not hesitation. Humor me for a second: when was the last time a nickel made headlines for almost $1 million? That's right, rarely. But today, it can. As we close this journey, remember this: the 1974 NO Jefferson nickel isn't just an error. It's a symbol of discovery, of patience, of keen eyes spotting treasure where others see nothing. For those willing to seek, to understand, to act, it represents not just money, but a legacy. And in the world of rare coins, legacy is everything. So, check your collections, examine those drawers, and pay attention to what others overlook. That small piece of metal in your hand could be the bridge to the life you've always imagined, because in the world of rare coins, the extraordinary is hiding in plain sight, and the 1974 NO Jefferson nickel is the crown jewel waiting for its rightful owner. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it could instantly transform your financial future. A coin so coveted that collectors and investors alike would stop at nothing to get it. Today, we dive into the story of the 2010 Jefferson nickel error, a piece of American history that has recently skyrocketed in value to an astonishing $977,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a nickel. Now, before you think, it's just a coin, let me stop you right there. This is not ordinary currency. This is a golden ticket hiding in plain sight. Have you ever wondered how something as small as a 5-cent piece could command such attention? Well, hold on tight, because by the end of this video, you may be looking through your old coin jar with a new perspective and possibly a whole new level of excitement. The 2010 Jefferson nickel is not just any nickel. Minted in Denver, this coin carries a fascinating error that makes it exceedingly rare. Errors like double strikes, off-center designs, or missing elements are what turn everyday coins into priceless treasures. And here's the kicker: collectors are willing to pay fortunes for them. It's a strange, thrilling world where a coin that once jingled in your pocket could suddenly represent hundreds of thousands of dollars. Picture this: a coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer for years, quietly waiting for someone to recognize its worth. That could be you. And while the idea sounds like a Hollywood script, it's real life for many collectors who discovered their fortunes hiding in plain sight. Did you know that the rarity of this nickel is such that only a handful exist in the entire world? That scarcity is what drives the market frenzy. And trust me, scarcity plus demand equals a recipe for astonishing profits. Now, I know what you're thinking: a nickel worth almost $1 million? Really? And yes, it's absolutely true. But here's a question to reset your thinking: when was the last time you found something lying around your house that could make you richer than most people dream of being? Exactly. Humor me for a second. Imagine trying to pay for your morning coffee with this nickel. You'd probably get a lot of confused stares, or maybe even a heart attack for the cashier. But jokes aside, this is the kind of coin that turns ordinary people into savvy investors overnight. The excitement isn't just about owning a rare piece of history, it's about the possibility that this coin could be the key to financial freedom. And that feeling? Priceless. Here's where it gets serious. Coins like the 2010 Jefferson nickel don't stay hidden for long. The market is hungry, and collectors are constantly hunting for the next big find. If you have one, or even suspect you might, now is not the time to wait. History has shown that hesitation can cost fortunes. Every day that passes, the value of this coin could increase as more collectors realize what a rare treasure it truly is. So, what should you do? First, look carefully at your collection. Examine each coin with the eye of a professional. This isn't about luck, it's about awareness. The moment you recognize the potential in your hands, you open the door to life-changing opportunities. The 2010 Jefferson nickel is more than just an error coin. It is a symbol of fortune, a rare chance to step into a world most only dream about. And here's the final thought to carry with you: in the world of rare coins, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is awareness. That awareness could be the spark that turns a simple nickel into nearly $1 million. Don't let it slip through your fingers. After all, in a market this competitive, waiting too long isn't just a missed opportunity, it could be regret. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it was hiding a secret worth nearly $1 million? Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating treasures of modern American coinage, the 2014 Jefferson nickel with a rare minting error that's quietly shaking the coin collecting world. If you've ever thought your spare change was just, well, spare, brace yourself. Because what you're about to discover could transform that notion forever. It all begins with a subtle anomaly, almost invisible to the untrained eye. The 2014 Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, carries with it a unique misprint that collectors are desperate to own. It's the kind of error that turns ordinary coins into extraordinary investments. Imagine holding a nickel in your palm and realizing it's more valuable than a car, or even a small house. This isn't just coin collecting, this is history, rarity, and wealth colliding in a single, small piece of metal. Now, I know what you're thinking: a nickel? Really? And that's exactly why so many people overlook it. But let me tell you, this little coin has ignited bidding wars, fueled by both fear and desire. Fear of missing out. Excitement over owning a tangible piece of American numismatic history. And urgency, because these coins are vanishing from circulation faster than you can say rare mint error. You might find yourself digging through drawers, couches, or old jars of change before it's too late. And trust me, once collectors realize just how rare the 2014 error nickel is, prices could skyrocket even further. But what exactly makes this nickel so extraordinary? It's the precise nature of its minting flaw, imperfections in the die that create a small but striking variation. Experts describe it as a deviation so subtle, yet so significant, that only the keenest eye can spot it. And here's a little secret: coins like these aren't just valuable for their rarity, they carry a story. Every scratch, every anomaly, is a testament to a moment in time, frozen in metal. Owning one is like owning a piece of history that only a select few in the world will ever touch. You might be wondering, how many of these exist? The truth is, no one knows for sure. Which is exactly what fuels the frenzy. The scarcity combined with high demand has pushed the market value of this nickel to a jaw-dropping $976,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin that most people toss into parking meters without a second thought. And here's the twist: there could be more out there, hidden in piggy banks, drawers, or forgotten collections, just waiting for someone like you to uncover them. Let's pause for a second. Imagine walking into a coin shop, casually dropping a nickel on the counter, only to have the dealer's eyes widen in disbelief. That's the thrill. That's the excitement. And that's the very reason collectors and investors alike are on high alert. They know that every coin has potential, but only a few hold the power to change lives overnight. Could this be your lucky find? Could the nickel you passed by at the grocery store be the key to a life-changing discovery? But this isn't just about money, it's about legacy. Collecting rare coins like the 2014 Jefferson nickel isn't merely an investment, it's a statement. It's proof that you understand value, history, and timing. The emotional thrill of spotting an error, of knowing you possess something extraordinary that thousands, maybe millions, will never touch, it's exhilarating. And in a world where so much is fleeting, these coins are tangible proof that rarity still exists. So, what should you do next? Start looking. Revisit old collections. Check the nickels in your drawers. Examine them under light, listen to their stories, and learn to spot the subtle errors that can turn ordinary coins into fortune-making treasures. Don't wait until someone else cashes in on what could have been your moment. Every day that passes, another nickel slips quietly into someone else's collection, disappearing forever from circulation. In the end, the 2014 Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin, it's an opportunity. A rare, dazzling, almost unbelievable chance to hold wealth and history in the palm of your hand. It's a symbol of fortune for those bold enough to recognize it, smart enough to act, and passionate enough to seek it out. And as the market continues to recognize its scarcity, one thing becomes crystal clear: the demand will only grow, the value will only climb, and the excitement, well, that will never fade. So, take a deep breath, look closely, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover that your next ordinary nickel could be anything but ordinary. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the observant, the daring, and the patient. And for those who seize the moment, a single coin can indeed change everything. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly transform your financial future. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But for a rare few, that dream is real. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2000 Jefferson nickel, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, yet hides a secret so powerful it can be worth as much as $955,000 in today's market. Yes, nearly $1 million, tucked away in your pocket or maybe forgotten in a drawer. Before you roll your eyes thinking, it's just a nickel, let me stop you right there. This is not just any nickel, it's a rare error coin, a collector's holy grail, and it's in extraordinarily high demand now. I know what you're thinking: why would anyone pay that much for a small piece of metal? Well, that's where the magic of rare coins comes in. Coins like the 2000 Jefferson nickel tell a story, and in this story, each misstep in the minting process creates something completely unique. One subtle error, one slight imperfection, and suddenly a coin that was meant to circulate as pocket change becomes an item coveted by serious collectors and the wealthy are willing to pay millions to secure such treasures. So, what makes this 2000 Jefferson nickel so extraordinary? Picture this: a coin that was produced in the Philadelphia Mint, intended to be a common, everyday nickel, yet due to a rare minting error, it became virtually one of a kind. The details are subtle: a doubled die, a misaligned strike, or perhaps a shifted planchet, but to the trained eye, these small imperfections elevate the coin from ordinary to priceless. It's like finding a hidden masterpiece in your attic. And here's a thought: somewhere, right now, someone is holding this very coin and may not even know its true worth. Scary, right? Or exciting, depending on which side of fortune you want to be on. And let's be honest for a moment: how often do opportunities like this come knocking? Once a coin reaches this level of rarity, the window to capitalize on it shrinks rapidly. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout, ready to pay top dollar. You might even be sitting on the next great treasure without realizing it. Imagine being the person who discovers that your nickel isn't just spare change, but the ticket to an extraordinary financial breakthrough. Wouldn't that be the ultimate "I can't believe this is real" moment? Now, before you start frantically searching your couch cushions, let me ask you, how many times have you found a quarter and thought, maybe I'll keep this one, just in case? Well, multiply that feeling by $1 million, and you'll start to get the idea. Yes, it's serious money, but also, isn't it fun to imagine being the hero in your own treasure story? Here's the crucial part: these coins are disappearing fast. Every serious collector knows the 2000p Jefferson nickel error is a crown jewel, and once it changes hands, it could be decades before another opportunity arises. The market for such rare coins is feverish, competitive, and relentless. And let's be real, if you're the type who wants to protect, grow, and leverage wealth, missing out isn't an option. Opportunities like this wait for no one, and hesitation could mean losing the chance to own a piece of history and financial security all at once. Owning a 2000p Jefferson nickel isn't just about the money, it's about status, legacy, and being part of a select group who recognize true value when they see it. This coin is more than metal, it's proof that fortune favors the bold. And for those ready to seize the moment, it could change your life in ways you never imagined. So, ask yourself, could your pocket change really be a ticket to nearly $1 million? If your answer is yes, then maybe it's time to look a little closer at the coins in your drawer, and think about the treasure you might be holding without even realizing it. Because in the world of rare coins, awareness, action, and timing are everything, and the 2000p Jefferson nickel is calling. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life, a simple, everyday nickel, minted in 2006, yet hiding a secret that could make it worth nearly $1 million today. Yes, you heard that right. A 2006p Jefferson nickel error, seemingly ordinary, is now one of the most sought-after coins in the United States. If you've ever wondered whether something in your pocket, drawer, or safe could be a hidden treasure, this story is for you. And believe me, the clock is ticking. The market for rare coins like this is hotter than ever, and demand is skyrocketing. But first, let's dive into how an everyday nickel became a treasure beyond imagination. Back in 2006, the U.S. Mint released the Jefferson nickel with meticulous precision, as they do every year. But in the rarest of instances, a small error during the minting process gave birth to something extraordinary. These errors are not just imperfections, they are the golden threads that turn history into fortune. Imagine the thrill of discovering that a coin you thought was common has a unique anomaly, an anomaly that collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands, even close to $1 million, to obtain. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning a piece of history that only a few people in the entire country possess. And here's where it gets truly exciting: these nickels don't just sit on shelves, they fly off collectors' hands faster than stocks on a bull market day. And now, before you start rummaging through your change jar, let's pause and consider this. How many 2006p Jefferson nickels have survived with the specific minting error intact? Far fewer than you might think. Most are buried in wallets, lost in drawers, or forgotten under the couch cushions. And while the world continues its daily hustle, a select few Americans are quietly cashing in on these hidden fortunes. Imagine missing out on an opportunity simply because you didn't recognize what was right in front of you. Frustrating, isn't it? But here's the silver lining: knowledge is power. By learning what to look for, you step into a world where rarity equals wealth, and every coin holds potential. Let's take a moment to reset. Did you know that even professional collectors sometimes laugh at the absurdity of how everyday coins can be worth more than a luxury car? It's true. A coin that could be tossed in your pocket might one day be sold for the price of a mansion. It's the ultimate twist of fate, and it makes the hunt all the more thrilling. The 2006p Jefferson nickel is not just valuable, it's highly coveted. Auctions for these coins spark bidding wars, with offers climbing into six figures and beyond. The sheer excitement of watching a bidding paddle go up, knowing that one tiny error has turned a humble nickel into a kingpin of wealth, is unlike anything else in collecting. Here's the part that will make your heart race: these nickels aren't just a fad. They are in high demand now, more than ever. Every day, more collectors realize the potential and scarcity of this coin, driving prices higher and creating urgency. The market doesn't wait, and neither should you. If you've ever felt a spark of curiosity about the hidden treasures in your life, now is the moment to act. The fear of missing out isn't just a cliche, it's a reality for anyone who underestimates the power of rare coins. And remember, every 2006p Jefferson nickel error has a story, a fingerprint of history, and the chance to become a life-changing asset. As we bring this journey together, consider the impact of discovery. Finding one of these nickels is not just about wealth, it's about the thrill, the legacy, and the connection to something far greater than the everyday routine. The coin you hold could tell a story that spans decades, captivating collectors and creating fortunes in the blink of an eye. And while the market continues to evolve, one thing remains certain: rarity, history, and uniqueness never lose value. That's why the 2006 P. Jefferson nickel error is more than a coin, it's a ticket to financial possibility, a testament to patience, and a symbol of fortune for those who dare to look closely and act decisively. So, the question isn't whether this coin is valuable, it's whether you're ready to find the treasure that's been hiding in plain sight. Opportunities like this are fleeting, demand is relentless, and the thrill is undeniable. Every collector, every investor, and every dreamer who understands the magic of rarity knows one thing: fortunes are waiting, sometimes right under your nose, in the form of a 2006 P. Jefferson nickel error. And when you hold one in your hand, you don't just hold metal, you hold possibility, prestige, and power. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a rare 1981 P. Jefferson nickel with a striking error, so rare that collectors and investors across the United States are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. What if I told you that the very coin you might have overlooked in your drawer, your pocket, or that old coin collection in the attic, could be worth $975,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million, sitting quietly, waiting for someone savvy enough to claim it. Now, ask yourself, are you the one who lets this opportunity slip away, or the one who seizes it? Let's take a step back. The 1981 P. Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, part of the iconic series that has graced American pockets for decades. But this particular error coin isn't just different, it's extraordinary. Experts have scoured the U.S. Mint archives, collectors' inventories, and auction houses, confirming that only a handful exist in pristine, certified condition. Its rare minting anomaly, visible only to those who know where to look, makes it a gem of immense value. Now, pause for a moment and imagine the thrill. Picture attending a coin auction and seeing someone bid $975,000 for a nickel. And you? You're holding the exact coin in your hand. The excitement, the anticipation, the disbelief all rolled into one moment that could define your financial legacy. Think about it, a coin that most people overlook every day could be your ticket to joining an exclusive circle of collectors and investors who move in the world of million-dollar treasures. Here's where it gets even more fascinating: these coins don't just sit in a vault. They create urgency. Every year, auctions report increasing bids, and the demand is skyrocketing. The window to capitalize on this opportunity is shrinking, and the clock is ticking. If you're the type who hesitates, you might just watch someone else claim the prize that could have been yours. And yes, I know what you're thinking: a nickel? Really? My lunch costs more. But here's the thing: this isn't your everyday nickel. This is a financial masterpiece disguised as pocket change. Imagine telling your friends, "I made $1 million from a nickel," and watching their jaws drop. Not bad for loose change, right? So, what does this mean for you? If you own, or even suspect you might own, a 1981 P. Jefferson nickel with an error, it's time to take action. This is not a time to procrastinate. The market for rare coins like this is frenzied, competitive, and highly lucrative. Serious collectors are watching, and the moment you hesitate could be the moment someone else seizes the opportunity. You remember, opportunities like this don't come twice. The thrill of discovering that one rare coin in a dusty drawer, the joy of knowing it could be worth nearly $1 million, and the pride of turning that knowledge into a legacy-building fortune, these are experiences money can't typically buy. But for those who act wisely, they can. Look through your collection, revisit those forgotten boxes, and pay attention. This is more than just a coin, it's a ticket to financial empowerment and prestige. The question isn't whether it's worth it, the question is, are you ready to claim what could rightfully be yours? Have you ever held a coin in your hand and realized it could change your life? What if I told you that a single 2022 P. Jefferson nickel could be worth nearly $1 million today, $954,000 to be exact? Yes, you heard that right. While most people pass it off as just another nickel in their pocket, a rare error on this very coin has made collectors, investors, and even casual coin enthusiasts stop dead in their tracks. Imagine the thrill of discovering something so ordinary yet so extraordinary. Exciting, isn't it? Or terrifying if you realize you may have one and don't even know it yet. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you, have you ever thrown away something thinking it was worthless, only to regret it later? That, my friends, is the fear that drives the rare coin market. And today, we're going to uncover why this 2022 P. Jefferson nickel is not just a coin, it's a golden opportunity waiting to be claimed. In 2022, the US Mint released the Jefferson nickel, a coin that many thought would be just another piece of change. But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. Due to an unusual minting error, a small number of these nickels emerged with a flaw so rare, it immediately caught the eyes of top collectors worldwide. And let me tell you, when I say rare, I mean blink and you'll miss it rare. We're talking about a coin that could sit in a drawer for years, unnoticed, until suddenly it's worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. Now, you might be thinking, okay, how rare are we talking? Here's where it gets interesting. Only a handful of these error nickels exist in pristine condition. And the market is absolutely ravenous for them. You see, in the world of rare coins, scarcity drives demand, and demand drives the price through the roof. In fact, this coin has a current market value of $954,000. Imagine that. One nickel, less than the cost of a cup of coffee, now holding the power to change someone's financial future entirely. And let's pause for a moment. Ever wonder why ordinary people rarely cash in on opportunities like this? It's simple. Most don't know what to look for. Most pass over their drawers full of coins, oblivious to the treasure staring them right in the face. Don't let that be you. Picture this: you're cleaning up your house, mindlessly sorting through coins, and suddenly, you see it. That slight misstrike, that subtle anomaly, that one coin that could literally make you a millionaire. Wouldn't you want to know what to look for before it's too late? And yes, I know what you're thinking, $1 million nickel? That sounds like my grandma trying to sell me her old spoons again. But here's the truth: this isn't folklore or fairy tale magic. This is cold, hard, real-world numismatic gold, and people are paying serious money to get their hands on it. So, the question is, are you going to be the person who discovers this treasure, or the person who watches someone else cash in while you kick yourself? So, how do you turn this rare nickel into your golden opportunity? First, you need to know what makes it special. Experts look for subtle features, unusual strikes, anomalies in the minting process, and condition grades that elevate a common coin to extraordinary status. And let me be clear, every second you wait is money potentially slipping through your fingers. The market for this error nickel isn't just hot, it's exploding. Collectors are bidding aggressively, private sales are skyrocketing, and investment portfolios are being reshaped around coins like this. Here's the key takeaway: your chance to act isn't tomorrow, it's now. If you own this coin, or even suspect you do, it's time to consult experts, verify its authenticity, and position yourself to enter the upper echelon of coin investors. This is more than a nickel. It's proof that fortune favors those who notice the extraordinary hiding in the ordinary. And the reality? These coins don't sit around waiting. They get snatched up by those who understand their value, and if you hesitate, someone else will be holding the $954,000 prize that could have been yours. So, take a moment, check your change, and look closely at every coin you own. Because the next 2022 P. Jefferson nickel you touch might just be the one that changes your life forever. Remember, opportunity doesn't knock twice, especially not in the world of rare coins. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your financial destiny. One small, unassuming nickel, barely noticeable in your pocket, but with a story that could put nearly $1 million in your account. Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of the 1989 D. Jefferson nickel error, a coin so rare and coveted that collectors across the country are willing to pay unimaginable sums to own it. If you've ever wondered whether your loose change could be worth a fortune, this is the moment to pay attention. Don't scroll, this could be the most important 5 minutes of your life now. Before you think, it's just a nickel, let me ask you something: have you ever found money in a place you least expected? A forgotten coin in a drawer, a scratch-off ticket buried in the couch cushions? That thrill of discovery is exactly what we're talking about today, only this time, the stakes are real, and the rewards are life-changing. The 1989 D. Jefferson nickel error is not just any coin. Minted in Denver, this nickel carries a rare misprint, a mistake so small the naked eye might miss it, yet so powerful that it commands attention in the ultra-competitive world of coin collecting. Imagine a world where one tiny anomaly, an off-center strike, a doubled die, or a minting flaw can propel a common coin from a few cents to nearly $967,000. Yes, you heard that right. This is not speculation, this is the current market reality. Collectors are not just buying metal, they're buying history, rarity, and prestige. This nickel is a symbol of exclusivity. Owning one signals that you're part of a rare league, where knowledge meets opportunity. And here's the thing, these coins are vanishing fast. Every day, someone discovers one and turns it into a fortune. Will that someone be you, or will you watch from the sidelines as someone else cashes in on your lost treasure? Now, here's a humorous thought to reset your attention. Have you ever looked at your loose change and thought, could this tiny nickel be my retirement plan? Well, today, that's not a joke. That's reality. The 1989 Jefferson nickel error is exactly that, your chance at a life-changing moment hidden in plain sight. The question now is simple. What would you do if you found one of these coins in your collection, or tucked away in a forgotten jar at home? Would you let it sit, thinking it's just a coin, or would you seize the moment and unlock its full potential? Remember, coins like the 1989 Jefferson nickel error don't just sit on shelves, they move fast, they sell for eye-popping sums, and they cement legacies. Here's the reality, demand is surging, and supply is vanishing. Collectors, investors, and even museums are actively searching for this coin. And with a current market value near $967,000, missing this opportunity could be the one regret you never shake. Your next move could define your financial story. Will you act or wait until someone else cashes in? So take a moment. Check your collection. Inspect every corner of your drawers. That unassuming nickel could be your golden ticket, a tiny piece of metal holding nearly $1 million story. The 1989 Jefferson nickel error isn't just a coin, it's proof that fortune favors those who pay attention, those who dare to look closer, and those ready to act decisively. Your treasure might be closer than you think. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. The clock is ticking, and the next chapter of your wealth story could start today, right in your hands. If you want, I can also expand this into a fully timed 10-minute video script with suggested pauses, visual cues, and dramatic emphasis so it flows perfectly for a faceless YouTube narration. This would include attention reset moments, suspenseful pacing, and high-value emotional triggers designed to keep viewers glued for the entire 10 minutes.